welcome back to another rounding edition of Dantana Survival. Today we're looking at, what do we have here, Sam?
We got the Boker Plus Armed Forces Survival Knife.
Alright, so we decided to go with this one because Sam was going to do a Survivor Man overnight wilderness survival camp out with his troop, and we needed to come up with a cool knife and a cool getup here, so this is what we came up with. You're looking at it. So let's just take it from the very bottom. So we have a lanyard. Let's just talk about this part right here. We went ahead and tied a lanyard to the knife, and I'll pull out the knife here in just a second. But what we have here is we spread it open so when you have it on your side, you're not going to be catching anything. You're not going to catch a loop into some branches or something like that. It's open. You could still snag some things on these, but we like the look of that, so we kept it there. We have this Celtic knot that can slide back and forth. Really makes it convenient, so when you go to slide into it, you can just slide into there and then just zip that up on you, and then you can actually just, you can't see that, there you go, you can just hold on to it like that. So kind of a cool feature. We liked it. We did the bright orange because it's cool. So one thing we did add on the end of this, we found a cool video on how to take out a piece of flint out of a Bic lighter, and so we went ahead and took that out. It's about this long. We took out the threads from here to the end of this piece and dropped in the piece of flint and then went ahead and burned it. So in a real last minute survival scenario, if you don't have all the rest of these little components on here that we'll go through later, if you just had your blade and that little piece of flint, you could go ahead and make a spark and get yourself a fire going. So that's a really kind of fun thing to do. Alright, so let's just get started. So let's open it up. What we have here is the 7.5 inch blade. We have a Boker Plus. Nice that it's serrated here in the end. Nice, really sharp blade here on the very end as well. Great for digging, great for if you want to attach it to a post, do a piece of wood to make a spear out of it. Lots of different options you can do. We went ahead and wrapped some paracord around this just to give it a little more comfortable of a grip when you're doing different things. Also like the fact that you can turn on this way and you can get a nice spot for your thumb for different applications. Anyway, just a great all-around knife. Really heavy, very thick. You can see the thickness here of the blade. It's great for splitting wood. So let's say you've got a big 4-inch piece of wood that you need to split. You just go ahead and put it over the top of that, and then just take a piece of another stick and just hit the end of this piece and just drive this blade right down through it. So just a real solid, firm, great knife to have all around. So this is the knife of our choice. We went ahead and went with that. So let's get to the rest of it.
It goes in the other way.
Do I have this all jammed up here?
It goes in the other way.
Sorry, Sam. I mean, you can't do things left-handed. There we go. That's better. That's just sliding right in. All right, so let's go ahead and buckle that back up. All right, so we were trying to come up with what could we possibly do if you just wanted to get one tool and you were going to have to survive for 2-3 days. What one tool would work best for you? And so this is our one tool that we came up with, and kind of a tool combo pack here. So we have the nice big blade, and it came with a normal sheath. You can see the sheath right here. This piece right here is actually something that we've added separately to it. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these items out of here real quick. Of course, we have our carabiner here in the end. So what we have here is we had just our sheath by itself, and this piece right here on top is actually something we picked up from the wilderness.com company there here locally in Arizona. They have basically it's a piece for shotguns. So you would put shotgun shells here, 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 and here. So you can hold up to 5 different shotgun shells in there. So we got thinking, well, we could, the sheath is great because it's got all these holes here, so we went ahead and put paracord through it and attached this piece to the outside, thinking we could go ahead and use some of these little tubes that are about the size of a shotgun shell and just kind of put them inside of it. So let's go ahead and get started and walk you through what we have going on here. So this is just basically a Advil container. Inside, this is going to be our matches and all that. So what we have here is a piece of Vaseline encased cotton ball, and oh boy, that one's going to be hard to get out. Let's see if we can use our knife to get that out of there. Here we go. We'll jam that in there. Okay, so what we have in here is we have a striker, we have some stormproof matches, 3 of them, and we have a nice piece, 2 cotton balls, I think, or actually 1 big cotton ball in there. So it's a dry one. So we would go ahead and obviously we could just light the match, and we have some tinder here, we have some other things, but and then you can go ahead and put this Vaseline piece of cotton ball right on top, and this is going to run about 2 to 3 minutes for a flame for you. So it's just a really great emergency survival, I guess, quick start match kit for fire building. Put that back in there. And the nice thing about this is, again, it's waterproof. Well, somewhat waterproof. It's going to keep it dry for you. So that's just going to go right back inside here for you. Let's try this then. So these are like little rubber bands. These are just really tight, but they hold things in really well. So there you go. So that's nice and tight in there. It's not coming out, not going to fall out. There's no way that's moving unless you really pull on it. So the next piece we have, let's go ahead and go right to this. This is our fishing kit. Same thing, Advil container. We went ahead and put 50 feet of fishing line on here. We have some duct tape holding it together. And inside here, what do we have? Pretty much everything we're going to need for fishing. So we have our lures, our weight in there. We forgot to put we got to get our hooks in here yet. We forgot to do that. But we have a snare kit in here as well. We have some copper wire in there, and we also have some other thread in here for doing that type of thing. So we got that in here nice and tight. It's in a good pouch here. Works great. And it's all ready to go. So the idea behind this is that you just wrap this around, and you could technically, I suppose, it'd be pretty difficult to work with, but you could get everything lined up, and then you could just use this like you would an Nalgene bottle for tossing into the river and catching it, or you can just find a thicker stick and just wrap this cord around that. But at least it's a good way to get yourself your basic fishing kit for an emergency scenario. So we'll go ahead and just kind of tuck this guy right underneath here, like so. It's kind of hard to put inside here because of the fishing line, so we just kind of tuck it underneath. Alright, so next thing is duct tape. 1,000 uses for duct tape, of course. What we're going to do is actually change this out. We're going to get some orange duct tape on here and probably put a red crayon underneath here as well, just to mark trees if we needed to. If we could pull off some duct tape, make little strips, we could actually mark the trail if we get lost or feel like we're getting lost or making circles. We could go ahead and do that. So duct tape is really wonderful to have. Great again for blisters, hiking, repairs, all sorts of different things you can do. So we'll put that on there. Nice to have a little extra carabiner for different things. So we kind of put that on here. We'll probably maybe put a little more heavier duty one onto here for if we needed to have something heavy to go down off a slope or something. Okay, so then we also have this knife that we got out of the Bear Grylls survival kit. So it's a great little knife here. We'll just go ahead and tuck this guy right inside, actually right inside this spot right here. And it just holds really nicely right there. It's not going to go anywhere. All right, and then lastly, we have a striker. We also got this from Bear Grylls, BG. Great, nice, thick ferro rod there. And of course, it's got lots of different ways to go ahead and strike a spark on that one. So the way I like to use this one is I like to just go ahead and put this inside the tab. Just in case for some reason it were to come loose on me. At least it's going to fall out and be held onto that. So I'm going to go ahead and just tie that around there. And then what I like to do is just go ahead and just slide this up and underneath. I don't know if you can see this or not, but inside there, there you go. Inside there, we'll just tuck it underneath there and then put it inside one of these little sleeves underneath there like so. Okay. And then we'll take this, put it in here. And we are all set to go. Oh, last thing I want to talk about is on the bottom here. This is just an extra piece of paracord that we put together. We got about 30 to 40 feet of paracord in here. Looks like it came loose on the end. We'll repair that. But just a king cobra weave here. We got a whistle on the end of the buckle for emergency. This works out great because this will just buckle around your thigh and kind of hold on to help secure the knife to you to your leg. So this is great. Plus it also gives you all that extra paracord in a pinch. So this is really happy with the way this whole thing has worked out. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell. We're just like I said, the idea behind this was to have one tool that you would take in the wilderness. Hopefully you could survive a little bit with it. I think a couple things we may consider adding to this would be maybe some water tablets or some other types of things. We can certainly improve upon this, but it's a good start for us. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk soon. Have a great day.